Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing products that I regret buying or products that I didn't like. I should probably say products I didn't like because some of these I did not buy. I got in like subscription boxes or I got free PR, stuff like that. But they're just products that I do not like, products that do not work for me. They probably will be good ones for a lot of you out there, but for me, I am picky and there are products that I do not like. Everybody's got to give that disclaimer because some people are just very, very sensitive on here, and if you don't like their product, they will cut you. And I just about had someone do that over a mascara a few weeks ago. I'm not even joking. She was mad. It's kind of the beauty of makeup, the beauty of beauty products is the fact that there are pros and cons, and some of those pros and some of those cons are going to make people not like them and other people are going to love them. So this is just for people who know me well, know my skin tone. You know, we might have the same likes and dislikes, so you can know whether you should stay away from a product or grab a product. That's kind of what this channel and beauty channels are all about, is to get reviews, and some of them, a lot of them are not always good, you know, so I like to do these kind of videos just because when you're trying not to be negative on your channel, because if you do a lot of negative reviews or rants about products, people deem you negative. So a lot of beauty channels stop talking about the cons of products or stop talking about products that they just don't like. So these kind of videos need to be made so more often than they are, and I think they're very, very vital, and a lot of us love watching them. So if you want to see the products that just did not work for me, that I'm just like, ugh, over, then just keep watching and we'll get right into it. Okay, so the first two products here are from Ulta, the Ulta brand. Now the Ulta brand, I always thought, my opinion of it before I started using it was that the Ulta brand was a little bit better than drugstore, but not high-end. And I've used a lot of stuff from Ulta and can honestly tell you there isn't much from their lines that I actually like. Like, I think it's worse than the drugstore, but it's more expensive than the drugstore. So I tend to stay away from Ulta stuff, but a lot of the times people are like, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. So I saw a set, and it was the base set. And so I took a couple of things, put them in a giveaway, and a couple of things I kept for myself that I really wanted to review. So one of the things was their sponge, and then the other thing was the Ulta Matte Prime Oil-Free, Paraben-Free Primer. So I've been trying these two out. I haven't even talked about these in an I hauled it. I might soon, just to be like more in-depth, but neither one of these worked for me. Everybody was talking about the Ulta sponges, how they were so good. I even bought them and put them in a giveaway, and now I kind of feel a little bit bad about that fact, just because I tried this out and it seems really soft when it's dry. Like, it's going to be amazing, but you get it wet and it's one of those hard, really hard to work with sponges. I didn't like this at all. Some people do like the hardness of those kind of sponges. I don't. I like my sponges to be somewhat soft and just easy to work with and not so bouncy. And this is the complete opposite, you guys. It did not work for me. I've used it twice and haven't used it since, and I'm probably going to give it to my daughter because she likes to draw little faces on them and play with them. Don't ask. Now the next thing, the actual primer here. Now this is a matte primer and it says it's oil free. So I was like, that is right up my alley. I have very oily skin. This could be a really good thing, and it's not that expensive. So it says that the professional secret for a picture perfect look every day. It contains salicylic acid for smoother, clearer looking complexion, and that also helps you with acne breakouts. It refines pores for even foundation application, and it contains special mattifying powders to reduce shine and prolong your foundation wear. Now the thing that I will give this is the fact that it does help you with your foundation and the longevity of it. It did keep my foundation on in places that it would normally wear off. It did help me prolong that foundation in those spots. However, when you go to put this on, you guys, it is nothing but oil. I'm just like, if it's not oil, then what the hell is it? Because it's so greasy and oily that I can't work with it. I feel disgusting. My face feels disgusting when I use this. And I was instantly like, and took a look at the bottle because I was like, I thought this said oil free, and this is more like a silicone oily base. Like, I don't understand what's in this that isn't oil because it feels like it's nothing but straight oil. It made my face feel really, really, really gross. It did nothing for my pores. It didn't feel matte at all. So this is something that I would never reach for. Like, never. Now the next ones are some brushes, and these brushes just did not work for me. The first one is one that I got at TJMaxx. This is kind of like a dupe for the Real Techniques, what is it, like their chrome edition or metallic things. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about, but it's kind of like a dupe for it. So I wanted to get it. It's a weird triangle type of brush, so I thought it would be great to do highlighter with. No, this brush sucks so bad. The bristles are like plastic. I really think that these are plastic, and it's so hard to move it that they all move together and then flick. So when you're trying to like put product on, it does nothing. It really does nothing. It's horrible. I started laughing the first time that I used this. I was like, oh no. Oh no. This was so bad. So no, I don't like that one at all. Now the other two are from companies that people talk about a lot here on YouTube. I was actually affiliated with one of them and stopped that affiliation after using their brushes, and that is Bdellium Tools. I know that some of their brushes are good, and I think that maybe their eye brushes will be a little bit better, but I got this brush here in particular from them. This is part of their studio line, and it is the Bdellium Tools 959 powder brush. This is horrible. I thought it was going to be so good. It is a somewhat soft brush. I liked the white bristles. I was really excited about it. I started using it. It started shedding, and I'm like, okay, some brushes do that. That's okay. I can work with that. You know, maybe I'll wash it a few times. It'll stop doing that. No, this never stops. It never stops shedding. Never. Like, oh god, and none of the hairs are even, so it pokes out at you. But this thing, you can grab it and it just sheds and sheds and sheds. Like, it's all over my face. I'm picking hairs off my face constantly. I just was not impressed with this. And for the price, I'm just expecting it to fall apart and all the bristles just be like, "Phew," because this sheds way too much. I don't like that. And that is also my problem with this Morphe brush. Now, this may be a factory blem, because I do know that someone else who has this same brush does not have this problem. Does not have this problem whatsoever. This brush, and this is their Morphe M330 brush, this sheds so much that it goes into my eyes. I stopped using it once that happened. I was pulling out bristles left and right from this, and I mean, they were not only just falling out of the brush, they were breaking off. And I'm just like, what is going on? I even had a picture of it that I showed my friend, and I'm just like, is this normal? And she's like, no, my brush does not do that. This brush, I can't use it. I love it. I love the like pointed tip to it. It really does help to get into the crease. I wish that it didn't do what it did, but it's literally unsafe. Like, it was going into my eyes. I was picking out like broken off bristles out of my eye. It was all over my face. If I even just went like this on my table, there was a ton of bristles all over my table, and I was just like, I can normally deal with Morphe brushes. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think that they're like, ooh, holy grail, like a lot of people make them to be, but I do think that they are worth having some of them, and they are really upping their game with their brushes. This, I was not impressed. Like, if someone, their first Morphe brush were to grab this and use this, they probably never repurchase another Morphe brush ever again. Moving on to some skincare, and I have talked about this previously, and this is from Garnier, and this is their Skin Active Clearly Brighter Sunscreen Brightening and Smoothing Daily Moisturizer. I thought that this would be an SPF moisturizer that I could use as an oily skin girl because it said oil free and it wouldn't make me greasy, and that is not the case. I love almost all of the Garnier Skin Active line, which is really saying something because of the fact that I've always hated the Garnier line. I thought the smell was gross, all of their products were horrible, I hadn't tried anything in years. So when this line came out, I love the wipes. The wipes, oh, I'm so addicted to them, so addicted to them. So I tried this and I was like, you know what, it's probably going to be good. I love the Skin Active micellar water. I just ran out of one. This made my skin so greasy that even my husband commented on it. He's like, oh, like, what did you use on your face? You're like really greasy. And I'm like, fuck. Can it get any worse? It just did with this product. So I know people who love this. I just don't. I think if you have dry skin, you would love this. But what is up with the oil-free products being so greasy? Like, what are they using to replace that oil? I'd really like to know. And just bring back the oil, because it wasn't as bad as the oil-free. Now the next brand I want to talk about is also a brand that so many people rave up because a lot of bigger YouTubers are affiliated with them, get free PR from them, and I got these two products in a Generation Beauty kind of PR swag bag, and at first I was like in love with it because I was like, oh, it's so good. And that is products from Jouer, I should say. This first one is their Claire Eye Clarifying Crayon, and this is just like a nude stick that you're supposed to like put in your waterline, and it's supposed to make your eyes look brighter. This hurts. Like, it's literally like does nothing, and it does leave a little bit of a color, but it pulls so hard, it feels like you're trying to work with skinny Play-Doh. I mean, it's really, really bad. Really bad. The next thing here was something that I absolutely loved. I loved this. This was the Jouer, and this is their, let's see, Long Wear Cream Mousse Eyeshadow, and I had mine in Galaxy. I raved about this eyeshadow because it is gorgeous. I raved and raved and raved. I used it all the time. I kept it tightly closed, just like a ColourPop, because been there, done that, learned my lesson. And this is expensive. This is like $30, I think, for one of them. So I kept it very tightly closed. I went to use it the other day, you guys, and it's so chunky. Look at all that chunk. It's so chunky, and I could barely get any color off it. Now, when I went to swatch it, let me see if I can get you guys to see that. I'll show it up close, but I'll show you what it does. It turned to complete garbage, you guys. And for a $30 eyeshadow, especially a cream mousse one, this better stay good for a long time if I'm taking the proper precautions to make sure that there's no air getting into it. And I didn't constantly use it, so it wasn't constantly being opened and closed, but I did use it enough to where it should not have done that. It like settled and separated. So the pigment colors and then whatever they use, which kind of feels like petroleum jelly, to be honest, it's really greasy and gross, separated. And when I go to swatch it or put it on my eye, it just crumbles and turns into nothing. And it was very, very beautiful, but I feel like they kind of trick you in that sense. Like, they know it's gonna go bad in like a month or two, but it's so beautiful when it's first made, you know. And honestly, I have to be honest, I tried a lot of Jouer products in that swag bag. They put a ton in there because Jouer was just starting to kind of be known, be hyped up, and I didn't like a single one of their products. A single one. Now, I will tell you that their like liquid lipsticks that came out and the Skinny Dip, that gloss, beautiful. I really want to try them. I'm not gonna lie, I do. It intrigues me. But every single item that I have tried from Jouer, I've hated. I eventually hated, or I hated right off the bat. And they're expensive. They're so expensive, and I do not believe that they are worth the money. I believe that if they were half the price, maybe. Maybe. The next thing is a mascara, and that is a Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. Now, I know some people love this, but for me, it did absolutely nothing for my eyelashes. I mean, literally nothing. No length, no volume, no color pigmentation, nothing. And I was just like, what? I did like 7 coats of this, and it literally did nothing for me. Now, it may be because I only have the deluxe size sample. I do know that when the normal Better Than Sex mascara came out, people were saying that the deluxe size sample's formulation was completely different than the actual full size. So that might be what's happening with this too. But this just had nothing. It was so dry. It didn't do anything for my eyelashes. Now, mascara can work differently for every single person because our eyelashes are so uniquely different in the shape, in which way they point, in the oils that are on them, how much hair we have, you know, all of that kind of stuff plays into mascaras. So this could be someone's holy grail, but I feel like it's complete garbage. And I think for a high-end mascara, it should have done a lot more, and it should be universal. Like, it should do something for everybody's eyelashes, at least something. And this did absolutely nothing. And I mean, I couldn't even test it as a waterproof mascara because it didn't do anything. It did nothing. There was nothing there. Like, I don't know. It could be a dud in the deluxe size samples. It could be the fact that it is a deluxe size sample. I'm not sure, but I know from this sample and what I got, no, mama not purchasing the full size today. And the last thing that did not work for me is from Duo, and that is their eyelash adhesive in clear white. I put this on and it instantly made my eyes water so bad. I've used so many different kinds of glue for eyelashes and I never had a problem. Never had a problem. I used the duo glue and oh man, my eyes watered so bad. I couldn't keep the eyelashes on. It burned. It was so bad. I had such a bad reaction to this glue, and I did some research and found out that a lot of people have reactions to duo glue. Some people absolutely love it. Some people live by this, but a lot of people were having some serious reactions to this glue, and I heard that it was so good. I constantly saw it, so I grabbed it. I'm like, you know what? It's drugstore. It's gotta work. So I grabbed it. No, this was the worst eyelash glue I've ever used in my life. In my life. And I don't know how people can use this because it burns like there's a fume in it. And I don't know if maybe it's just my personal sensitivity to it. I don't know, but this was bad. This was really, really bad. So if this worked for you guys, please let me know how. How do you use this? How do you use this and not like burn your eyeballs off? Alright, so that is everything that I wanted to talk about today on products that just do not work for me. I do have a lot more, so if you guys want to see another video like this, just let me know down below in the comments. If I did talk about some of your products that you absolutely love today, please don't be offended. Sometimes things just do not work for certain people. I'm not trying to insult anyone or say that it's a completely shit product. I just think that a lot of them did not work for me personally. That's all I'm saying. Do not attack me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.